It's Donald and Mary. We're here to bring you a morning weather report from Blairsville, Georgia, which is mile 31 of the Appalachian Trail. I'm just kidding. So Mary's going to tell you what's going on, man. Good morning, by the way. Mary's going to tell you what's going on with the weather here. Go ahead, Mary. Take it away.
Thank you, Donald.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everybody. It is 64 degrees here in Blairsville right now, and we're looking at a high of 72 today. It's going to be generally cloudy with a slight chance of rain, about 19%. Then tonight, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of rain overnight, 24%. Winds are going to be mild today at 4 to 6 miles per hour. Up on Blood Mountain today, we do have some patchy fog before 11 a.m., so just take some extra time and caution. The fog will affect your visibility, and you want to make sure with all the leaf cover on the ground too, if you're out here hiking, you know, watch out. It's slippery. There's holes and rocks and roots and stuff, and you want to just make sure you take some extra time. It's going to be mostly cloudy today, and there is a 30% chance of showers after 10 a.m. High will be 63, low will be 62, and then tonight there is a 50% chance of rain and the possibility of a thunderstorm. Winds are going to be 5 to 10 miles per hour on the trail today. So that's what we have going on for weather. Water is good. Top off at Hawk Mountain Shelter to get you through to Justice Creek. Anything else today you want to talk about, Donald?
They did find the missing man, the Gooch Gap guy that was missing. And it wasn't Gooch Gap Joe or the crazy dude out there in the CRX Honda. It was another guy that was 71 years old, and he had been missing since November 1st. They have located him, from what I understand. So that's a plus. Pooh Rock, up at the Byron Reese Trailhead has been cleaned up. We went up there last night, and someone had been up there and already taken the pumpkins down and the poo. Someone must have seen my video, man, because they got up there, and it may have been the trail maintenance people, because one of them actually watches my TikTok. I actually blocked a few of the GATC people, man, that I was friends with because of the incident with Helene, and I felt like they just didn't care about us. So I found that they were not, I don't know how to explain it, man, but they surely were not protecting Mary and I, and we have done quite a bit in the background. I'm not going to talk about it, man, but we thought they were our friends, and I felt like that they really betrayed us by doing what they were doing and hurting the businesses here. So there is one that snuck in on my TikTok, and I've allowed them to watch it. And so I know that sounds weird, man, but a lot of people watch our pages, man, because we're out here a lot, and they know us, and they know that we're right in the middle of it. And if, you know, if there's some information out here they'll come to us and ask or look at our page. And so I just blocked people. I don't know what else to do, man. You know what I mean? I was really offended by that, man. I really I opened my eyes really wide. And so a couple years back, I had, you know, kind of stepped away for a minute, man. And, you know, when I came back into the scene again and you know, fully indulged, I stayed away from certain people and certain rooms because I see how toxic they are. There are 2 rooms on Facebook that have 500,000 people together, and that's 500,000 people. And so it used to be there would be about 1 million people touching this trail up and down it years ago. I think there's way more now. The numbers are way bigger. But 500,000 people in 2 rooms is a lot of people. And that's a lot of, like, that's a big area or a big amount of people to not give good information to. So there's a bunch of people just carrying around bad info, and then we get the pumpkins on the rocks and the Pooh Rock, and that's been going on for years. I'm actually going to do a little, like, not a documentary, but we're going to talk about it and talk about how many years people have been stacking their poop there. And so this isn't just like a few days ago thing or this year. This has been going on for years, man. And I really think these are the things that are never addressed. Like, you know, you have these YouTubers and Instagram hikers, and I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying that they're not telling the whole story, man. And when you don't tell the whole story and people watch it and you got thousands of followers and likes, or 400,000, like Kyle Hates Hiking has 500,000 people watching his stuff, dude. And you know another thing I noticed on YouTube, man, just bringing up Kyle Hates Hiking, a lot of negative like videos talking about death and like killings on trail and disappearances. Well, how does that happen? This is a beautiful place to be, and yes, there are those things happening, and I'm not trying to hide them, but why is it when I turn on YouTube for Appalachian Trail stuff, that's what I see? I see people talking just mad smack about businesses out here charging too much and price gouging, and then I see people just talking about like the highlights of the trail and everything that's like you know, free stays. This is what I see out here, man. And it's like, man, you know, and then we get people in our car, man, every single year at the beginning of the year that's thinking that they're gonna hike on $1 or $2, man, and that is not what's happening. They get in their car and they're like, man, I thought it was gonna be like, it was gonna be all free and people were gonna be like, hey man, come on in, like a hippie commune, man. And it's like, nah, dude, just because the hikers are running from everyday cookie cutter society does not mean that the businesses are too. We still gotta pay our dues, man. And that's what I think a lot of people are confusing. Yes, we do want to give, and we do give all we can, but we still have to survive and be able to continue to give to the community and give services that no other can. Like yesterday, I had someone that said, you know, they wanted a ride from Suches to Neo Gap, and so we had given them a ride from Chattanooga down to Springer, and they actually said to me that I told them my price, which is $50, and they said Uber will do it for $40, and I said, well, you can take Uber, man, but we specialize, or something about $10 tip. Does that include a tip, right? Isn't that what he said? And so I take that at offense. And I told him, I said, hey man, you don't need to ride with us, brother. We specialize in a service that hikers need out here, and that's something that Uber can't give you. I can also give you a time that I will be there, and Uber up here won't even show up. They may have given you a price, but they won't show up because there's no Ubers out here. No one can make money out here doing an Uber. And an Uber is ride share. You go from curb to curb. That's it, man. You pick up tons of people along the way. That's how they make their money. They only get paid like 33%. You know what I mean, man? So they're not gonna make anything out here if they get a ride, dude. If they're charging 40, they're seeing 33% of that $40, and that's like $12 or something, or $13, $14. That doesn't even pay for their time, dude. They can't do it, and that's why there's no Ubers here. So yeah, I told them, I was like, call an Uber. They're not going to show up. You know what I mean, dude? And we actually waited for him in Chattanooga for him to go to REI and do all kinds of stuff that Ubers would have never have done. And that's the stuff that we do, and that's what we get paid for. So that all being said, these videos and stuff, man, are created so it will inform the hiker with real information. It will arm them with the information they need when they come here, so they're not unprepared. The YouTubers, Instagrammers, and people in these rooms are really just misinforming people, and I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, but it needs to be corrected. And that's what Mary and I are working on right now, is giving information that actually helps people. That all being said, we need to head to a ride, and I'm doing my morning ramble on my new. So that all being said, man, we're gonna be out and about today. The Byron Reese is cleaned up. Our man, the 71-year-old Gooch Gap dude that was missing, has been found, and George is wide open for business. There is absolutely nothing wrong with Georgia. Those blanket statements made by the acronyms of the trail are not true. So that being said, guys, you all have a good day, man. One love. Peace.